Hello, Hofstra fans, and welcome to the W. Mason Coach Report with head men's basketball coach Speedy Claxton. Coach, how are we today?
Good, Steven. How about yourself?
Not too bad. Coach, you just finished a three-game homestand, 2-1 record, and the final game of that stretch was an instant classic. Your thoughts on the three-game stretch you just played, and we'll get to the Wilmington game in a moment.
Yeah, I think overall it was a good homestand. If we would have beat Towson, it would have made it a great one, but we didn't, and we got to learn and move on. But overall, I thought it was a great learning experience for our guys. We had some tough games, and down the stretch of those games, we completed plays and it allowed us to win. So we closed out some tight games. So overall, happy about the way the week went.
Yeah, the stretch started with that Towson game, which you lost to the Tigers, and then you added wins against James Madison and UNC Wilmington last night. Did you almost feel like the Towson defeat kind of helped fuel the team's fire for the next two games?
It did, because you always want to protect your home, and to knowing that we had a three home game stand, and then to lose the first one, it's like, wow, like, all right, we gotta buckle down, because like I said, you want to protect your home court and you don't want to lose two in a row at home or 2 out of 3. So we knew that it was important for us to get the next two.
And you guys have obviously been exceptional at home this year. You're now 9-1 at the MAC. Obviously, it's there's a comfortness with players when they get at home, but is there something more with your team? Like, why have you been so successful at home?
Like you said, I just think that these kids are comfortable. They're used to shooting in that arena, and you actually have people cheering for you. It helps. So hopefully that continues, and we continue to win at home.
The James Madison game, you obviously on the heels of the Towson game, you beat James Madison on Saturday. What did you like from your team in that game?
That was really the first time we saw a heavy dose of zone. Teams normally play us man to man, and that was comforting to see that we can play against the zone and still win, because you never know what you're going to see come tournament time. So I was happy with my guys, the way they played against the zone most of the night.
And speaking of your guys, prior to yesterday's game, Aaron Estrada was named the CA Player of the Week, and it was a week. And he won it for the 4th time. I know we've talked extensively about him on this show, Speedy, but like, what more can you say about what he's doing this year for your team?
Since conference play has started, that kid has been unbelievable. He's just put in stretches of games where he's just making big plays after big plays. It seems like every time we need a big shot of a big play, that he's the one making it. And we're kind of just riding him at this point.
In conversations with other people, he reminds me a little bit of Lauren Stokes. He reminds me a little bit of Norm Richardson for Hofstra people. Do you see a comparison with those or somebody else that you can think of?
Honestly, I think the closest thing to him, I would say, in comparison, would be Justin Wright Foreman. They're both lefty. They were both really good at the mid-range. They finished around the basket, and they were good three-point shooters. So I would really say Justin, honestly.
Yeah, and you touch on his mid-range, which, he's now nicknamed Mr. Mid-Range. But in the last 2 games, the James Madison and UNC Wilmington game, he's hit 11 three-pointers, 6 against James Madison and 5 against Wilmington. Just showing how good he is, right?
Yeah, he's been lights out behind that three-point line. And that was kind of the knock on him coming into the year, and even at the beginning of the season, where teams were going under his ball screen and daring him to shoot the basketball from the three-point line, and he was struggling. But, as of late, he's been knocking it down, and if he started getting more consistent at that, then there's really no guarding him.
Yeah, and we've had conversations on air and off air. He's certainly a leading candidate for CA Player of the Year. I would like to think he's a leading candidate for the Haggerty Award as well. Let's just continue winning, right?
Yeah, one would hope.
So let's get to last night. Speedy, it was literally an instant classic, national TV for your team. The two of the best teams in the league, 73-71 final against UNCW on the heels of a great game down there about 10 days ago. Your thoughts on just being involved in a game that really lived up to its billing?
Yeah, I mean, it was a great college basketball game. You had two of the top teams in the conference going head to head. We knew it was going to make for a great night. And I'm glad that we didn't disappoint, because whenever you get a chance to showcase yourself on national TV, you always want to have a good showing. And I'm glad that we did.
Yeah, and aside from Aaron, you obviously got a great outing from D-Stone, Dubar, and Zach Cooks.
Yeah.
What'd you see from those two?
Yeah, strong performance from both those guys. You know, Zach was kind of struggling the last couple of games, finding his shot. And I think really talking to Charles and changing his approach to practice and the games and getting extra shots and working out extra, I think it helped him last night, because he did get into the gym Sunday. He got some extra shots, and he was 3 for 6 from three. And then Dubois, I mean, he just had a monster night. He really, other than the points, I think he did a really good job on a defensive end on Sims. Like, he really buckled down and took it upon himself to stop him.
And two other guys that need to get mentioned because they really had strong outings and don't really maybe show up in the box score. Caleb Burgess was incredible, 7 assists, starting for you in that role that he's providing. And then Omar Silverio with some really strong defense. What'd you see from those two?
Yeah, both those guys really helped us last night. CB's our defensive stopper, and he's really grasped that role, and he's excelling at it. He's basically taking one guy, taking their best perimeter player and shutting him down, and we need that because we've been struggling on the defensive end. So we're happy with the way CB is playing, and the minutes that he provides are invaluable. And then Omar, he had a big three yesterday, and then a big floater in the lane. And then his defense also has been really good as of late. So we need both those guys to just keep buying in and doing their part.
And Speedy, you know, it's incredible. We're already almost in mid-February. You're about to embark on the final 3 road games of the regular season. You got Drexel Thursday, Delaware Saturday, and then next Tuesday, the rescheduled Elon game. What's the keys to this road trip to come out and be successful?
I think it starts on the defensive end. You know, those teams are going to be at home, so we got to get stops and get some scores down the other end. Maybe get out in transition, get some easy baskets. All 3 games are going to be tough. You know, that first time we played Drexel at home, it came down to the wire. Delaware was up big on us. We came back. I haven't seen Elon yet, but you know, Elon's up and down. Whenever they're shooting the ball great, they're going to beat anybody, and when they're not, you have a chance to beat them. So we'll be ready for all 3, and we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, and the Elon won't be interesting because you don't often get into mid-February without having faced a conference opponent yet, and you haven't seen them yet.
No, I haven't seen them at all, only on film. We did prepare for them, and then the game got canceled. But it'll be an interesting, man, because like you said, it's rare that you don't get to see a team until mid-February.
Well, Speedy, congratulations on the last 2 wins, and we wish you good luck this week.
Thanks, Steven.
And thank you, Hofstra fans, for joining us in the W. Mason Coach Report with head men's basketball coach Speedy Claxton.